All right, shalom, shalom on YouTube. Chazak Eliyahu, along with Etikan, and we are live on Just a Word for today's Shabbat teaching. And today is a teaching that you must pay attention to this one, as I think it is very insightful, as always the prophetic is. Whenever we go into the prophetic, the Most High usually gives us some hidden insights that we, or many people, do not understand. Okay? And we want to begin by looking at our salvation. That our salvation, and this was brought out with in our morning teaching, this verse from the book of the Nazarene that highlighted the need for dedication. And it was this verse that kind of spiraled everything. The need for dedication. Much has not been spoken about dedication when it comes to the word. When we come to the word, people just feel like you just do what you are to do, and then people correct you, and you determine whether or not you're going to take the correction and all of that. But we're going to show today that our walk all boils down to one thing, and that is dedication. Dedicated to a task. So we're going to look at the critical role of dedication to our salvation. All right? Let's go to the books of the Nazarene, chapter 10, which is page 107, and we are going to go to verse 44. The books of the Nazarene, chapter 10, page 107, verse 44. Read it, please.
Yahusha said, "Many will flock to my cause, but few will be chosen to serve. Many will follow my way, but turn aside at the obstacles. For if any man believes but fails to put his belief into practice, it will be profitless to him. If anyone take one part of my teachings, shunning the sterner and more inconvenient, the rest will serve no purpose. For it is in the nature of men to accept the easy path and turn aside from the harder one. But there is something in each which tells him this is wrong. Everyone has a spark within which, fanned by the wind of dedication, will kindle the flame of glory."
All right. So this is the walk, or everyone here can see themselves in this story. This is our salvation here bottled up in one verse. Many will flock to my cause. Many will flock to my cause, but few will be chosen to serve. The word serve there means servant, which is doulos, which means a slave. Few will be chosen to be slaves, and slaves, attach that to dedicated. You have to be dedicated like a slave, which means not putting ourselves anywhere in between our call to duty and our own desires. Many will follow my way, but turn aside at the obstacles. What we're going to look at today, we're going to look at how the obstacles and how dedication and all of those things have to do with where we end up in the tribulation. Yes? That we determine by ourselves where we end up in the tribulation. So when the time comes, we cannot blame anyone but ourselves, because we have chosen the path. The Most High has sent people to speak to us. How we respond to it will determine where we end up in tribulation, which we know that we are in the time of tribulation that is coming soon to a neighborhood near you. For if any man believes but fails to put his belief into practice, it will be profitless to him. So when you're here, for example, and you hear us speaking, and you refuse to take action, it will not profit you. It will be profitless. That means you're wasting your time, which means you are in religion. You have to live what you learn. If anyone take one part of my teachings, shunning the sterner and more inconvenient, the rest will serve no purpose. So in other words, you are cancelled out. You cancel out yourself if you choose the nicer part, the part that you can obey. And the sterner, more demanding part, you reject it. What did he say? It will serve no purpose. For it is in the nature of man to accept the easy path and turn aside from the harder one. The Most High knows this in us. That is why he gives us challenges. That is why he puts things before us that are so challenging to us. But it is up to us how we respond to it. But if we choose the little easy part and leave the harder part, Most High is going to reject us. But there is something in each which tells him this is wrong. So that is why people will continue to listen to us. They hear the truth, they do not respond to the truth, but they still keep coming back for it. Mm-hmm. Why? There is something in them that is telling them that we are speaking the truth. Everyone has a spark within which, fanned by the wind of dedication, will kindle the flame of splendor. So what is he saying here? He's saying that you know right from wrong. You know what you are hearing is right or it is wrong. But if you add dedication to what you know, then it will kindle a spark that will lead you to splendor. Mm-hmm. So what he's saying is that not all is lost. But what you need to add dedication to what you know. People come every week and they are on Shabbat and they will go and they will listen and they will listen and they will hear a hard word. But dedication. Dedication. To dedicate themselves now to be servants, to make that adjustment, to do that. And this is the core, that determinant of where we end up in the end time. Whether or not we will go through tribulation or whether or not we will receive the protection of the Most High. So the meaning of dedicated. Late Middle English, in the sense, devote to sacred use by solemn rites. From Latin dedicat, devoted, consecrated, from the word dedicare. So devote to sacred use by solemn rites. This is when you repent and you are baptized. In the book of 2 Clement, it says you must make sure you make your baptism sure. So when you baptize, you have made an oath to offer yourself up. That is why Shaul said, buried together with him in baptism. So you are buried with Hamashiach in baptism, and you have made an oath, offering up yourself to serve Yahuwah. Of a person devoted to a task or purpose, having single-minded loyalty or integrity. And we did teachings about double-mindedness. And when the word that says you cannot serve Alua and Mammon. So single-mindedness is when you're just totally focused on the Most High. That is dedication. You're dedicated to the task or the purpose. And the purpose is to do the will of the Most High, to be his servant as his son was. Of a thing exclusively allocated to or intended for a particular service or purpose. So you make yourself exclusively available to Yahuwah for his service. Exclusively. Which means your mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, wife, husband, nephew, niece, cousins. Nobody has any charge to come in the way of Yahuwah, because you are now devoted exclusively to the service of Yahuwah. So, in the Torah, because we have to speak in the Torah, men devoted tense. let's go to 1 Kings 15, verse 15. Go ahead.
And he brought in the things which his father had dedicated, and the things which himself had dedicated, into the house of Yahuwah, silver and gold and vessels.
So before things can be used by Yahuwah, they have to be dedicated. They have to be dedicated. Notice, Shulamar brought in the things that his father dedicated and the things now that he dedicated. Each man has to dedicate their own self. Remember, your body is a temple of the Most High. So when it's speaking about the temple, you have to think of yourself figuratively as the temple. So when you are dedicating yourself, you dedicate your own self, which is why Shaul says every man has to work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. Your own salvation. So if if these vessels had already been dedicated and they become profaned, they have to be rededicated. 1 Maccabees 4:54.
Look at what time and what day the heathen hath profaned it, even in that it dedicated with songs and chitherns and harps and cymbals.
So when the heathens profaned the temple was rededicated. Okay? Rededicated. Go to 55.
Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshipping and praising Yahuwah of heaven, who had given them good success.
So they devoted the things to Yahuwah and then they worship him. And for us now, remember, we are now the temple of Alua, 1 Corinthians 6:19, which we should know by heart by this. So the things in the temple were dedicated. We also have to be dedicated. Go ahead.
What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of Ruach HaKadosh, which is in you, which ye have of Alua, and ye are not your own?
So just as how that temple had to be dedicated, we also have to be dedicated. 1 Corinthians 3:16, the Ruach HaMashiach dwells in our temple. We must be dedicated to Alua. Read it, please.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of Alua, and that the Ruach of Alua dwelleth in you?
All right. The Ruach dwells in us and we are the temple. So we are dedicated through Hamashiach. Hebrews 9:18-24. We are dedicated through Hamashiach.
Whereupon neither the first testament was dedicated without blood. For Moshe had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law. He took the blood of calves and of goats with water and scarlet wool and hyssop, and sprinkled both the book and all the people, saying, This is the blood of the testament which Yahuwah hath enjoined unto you. Moreover, he sprinkled with blood both the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry. And almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission.
And so the blood of Hamashiach now, that is what consecrates us to dedicate us unto Yahuwah. Verse 23.
It was therefore necessary that the patterns of things in the heavens should be purified with these, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. For Hamashiach is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figures of the truth, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of Alua.
So it's a Mashiach through whom we Hamashiach through whom we have dedication. Let me get this thing recorded here as well. Okay. And this is the wrong thing. Being dedicated, we must also dedicate ourselves. This is the wrong slide here. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Being dedicated, we must also dedicate ourselves. All right, yeah, I got it. All right, sorry about that. Being dedicated, we must also dedicate ourselves. Matthew 16:24. Let's see how we dedicate ourselves. Matthew 16:24.
Then said Yahusha unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his stake, and follow me.
All right, when you deny yourself, you give up everything of yourself in service to Yahuwah. That is dedicating yourself to service. You cannot have yourself as someone to serve and serve the Most High, because your carnal nature is going to try to drive you after the desires of your carnal self. But Yahuwah is spiritual, and his demands are spiritual. Now, you cannot obey his spiritual demands. You cannot dedicate yourself spiritually if the carnal man is still in charge. So you have to deny yourself so that the carnal man is pushed way behind, and then you are able to serve the Most High. That's why Yahusha said, deny himself and pick up his burdens and follow him. So, and to be able to serve, we must be totally dedicated. This is the reason why we have to deny ourselves. We cannot serve partially. We cannot serve partially. We have to be totally. So whatever obstacle comes in the path, we have to put ourselves behind. Okay? Luke 14:26. Totally. We have to deny ourselves.
If any man come to me, and hate not his father, and mother, and wife, and children, and brethren, and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
And notice that I highlighted, he cannot be my disciple. In all three of these verses we're going to share, which we have used several times. He cannot be my disciple. He cannot be my disciple. You have to be totally dedicated in order to be a disciple of Hamashiach. If you are not totally dedicated, I'm sorry people, but you are actually wasting your time. Mm-hmm. You are actually in religion. And then Matthew 15:8-9 will catch us when it says, these men draw near to me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Mm-hmm. But in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. Mm-hmm. Because if you cannot follow Hamashiach's instruction, you are going to have to substitute commandments of men in order to have the appearance of following him. And that's what we have with the false religion of Christianity. Continue. Luke 14:27.
And whosoever doth not bear his stake, and come after me,
cannot be my disciple. Verse 33.
So likewise, whosoever he be of you, that forsaketh not all that he hath,
he cannot be my disciple. So week in, week out, we say these verses, and people hear them. This is what we're telling people. People pick up the easier path. And when it comes to these hard parts, they ignore them. They reject them. Yeah? People come and complain to you, boy, such and such, but my family this and my family is holding me back. Family holding back what? He said, you have to forsake them. He said you even have to hate them. That is dedication, people. Now, how are we dedicated to the task of Yahuwah, Yahusha. And here we go again. I'm mixing up the slides again. Let me see if I can get it again. No, not this one. How are we dedicated? Let's go there. Finally here. Acts 2:38. How are we dedicated? Because we looked at the meaning of dedication and it spoke about, let me go back to it, meaning of dedicated. In the sense, devote to sacred use by solemn rites. So what solemn rite do we follow? It is Acts 2:38, baptism. That's how we dedicate ourselves to the Most High. Read it, please.
Then Peter said unto them, Repent and be baptized every one of you in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach for the remission of sins, and ye shall receive the gift of Ruach HaKadosh.
That is how you dedicate yourself. And then when you dedicate yourself, the Most High gives you a gift, which is Ruach HaKadosh, which is Ruach Amat, or the Spirit of Truth, which will now give you a gift of guiding you into all truth. So that if you want to find the way and go along the path, then the Ruach will help you. But the problem is, most of us are not willing to do what it takes to go along the path or to follow the leading of the Ruach, but that is another story. Read verse 39, please.
For the promise is unto you, and to your children, and to all that are afar off, even as many as the Master,
As Yahuwah
our Elohim shall call.
As many as he shall call. This promise, which is accessed through baptism, is for everybody who says they are going to be serving Yahuwah. The promise is unto you, and to your children, and to all that are afar off, even as many as Yahuwah. Yes, that is an all-inclusive statement to mean everybody has to who joins themselves to Yahuwah has to do this. So being dedicated, we walk in the newness of life like Hamashiach. This is dedicated through baptism. Romans 6, verse 4. Romans 6. Being dedicated, we walk in newness of life like Hamashiach.
Therefore, we are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Hamashiach was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in newness of life.
In newness of life. So when you are dedicated, you now have to walk anew. Yes? It says, old things are passed away. Behold, all things become new. Everything becomes new. Now, another thing to understand with dedication is that we cannot serve unless we are dedicated. We cannot officially serve before the Most High. We cannot fully serve before the Most High unless we are officially dedicated. Baptism is something that happens in the spiritual realm. When we do that, we don't know what happens in the realms of the Spirit, and we do not know what happens in the eyes of the Father. He sees us as now being in his order in total obedience to him, and he gives us his Ruach. If we make our baptism sure, because the Ruach will not stay with us if we are in unrighteousness. Now, we cannot serve unless we are dedicated. Acts 10:44-48, we are going to show you how important baptism is in dedicating us. Acts 10:44-48. Anybody is watching this in the end times here who wants to know how to dot every I's and cross every T's at this time, at this critical time, here we go. Read, please.
While Peter yet spake these words, Ruach HaKadosh fell on all them which heard the word. And they of the circumcision which believed were astonished. as many as came with Peter, because that on the Gentiles also was poured out the gift of Ruach HaKadosh.
The gift of Ruach HaKadosh. Repent and be baptized. But they were not baptized, but they received Ruach HaKadosh. So someone would think that in receiving Ruach HaKadosh, that is it, I have a Ruach. I have nothing else to do. What happened after?
For they heard them speak with tongues and magnify Yahuwah. Then answered Peter, Can any man forbid water, that these should not be baptized, which have received Ruach HaKadosh as well as we? And he commanded them to be baptized in the name of Hamashiach. Then prayed they him to tarry certain days.
So they received the Ruach, but Kepha said, no, these must be baptized. Why did he say they must be baptized? Because there is a precedent in Matthew 3:14-17. Yahushua HaMashiach, the son of Alua, was the subject of this. Read verse 13.
13. Then cometh Yahusha from Galilee to Jordan unto John to be baptized of him. But John forbade him, saying, I have need to be baptized of thee, and comest thou to me?
So John was saying, no man, you are before me, you precede me, you have authority over me. How can I baptize you? And what did Hamashiach say?
And Yahusha answering said unto him, Suffer it be so now, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he suffered him.
You see it? All righteousness. So we cannot be fully dedicated unless we are baptized. Continue.
And Yahusha, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water, and lo, the heavens were opened unto him. And he saw the Spirit of Alua descending like a dove, and lighting upon him.
Uh-huh.
And lo, a voice from heaven saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased.
All right, so the Most High spoke his approval. We might not hear his approval when we are baptized, but the same thing happens in the spiritual realm.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And I know people are going to be in the chat. Where can I get baptized? I cannot get baptized. I have nobody around me to get baptized. The same thing week in, week out. And that has been going on for how long? All right? So we just use that to lay a foundation of the need for dedication, because dedication is going to play a part in what we're going to be looking at the 7 assemblies. The story of the world. The kingdoms of this world has been given into the hand of the prince of this world. Still laying a foundation. Job 9:24. The kingdoms of this world has been given into the hand of the prince of this world.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
If not where and who is he? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. This is something that we must know, and this is one thing that the people in this world, most people in this world do not know, especially people who say they are Christians. They do not know. The Hebrew Israelites will tell you that who the wicked people are. Edomites are the wicked. But the Christians, they are saying, no, we're all equal, we're all this, and we're all that. And then they trust their leaders, they trust politics, they trust everything to do with this world, because they do not even realize that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Mm-hmm. And the wicked of the wicked, the tabernacle of Edom, these are they who rule the world. 2 Ezra 6 verse 9.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
So the Esau is the one that is ruling the world right now. But we have next we are coming up next, the descendants of Jacob. Now, this is critical to understand the end times. Critical to understand the 7 assemblies and all things. It's critical to know who Jacob is and who Esau is. If we don't know that, then we are going to be fooled. We are going to be deceived. Now, as believers, we are called out to leave the prince of this world behind, because he will continually wage war with us. He knows who the people of the world actually are. They do know, and Psalms 83 tells you that they actively conspire against the people of the Most High to ensure, we're not going there, to ensure, we are going to Ephesians 6 verse 12. They actively conspire against the people of the Most High to ensure that the people of the Most High never ever raise up their heads, because they want to continue their rule over this world. But the Bible tells you that they, and their time, will be coming to an end. Ephesians 6 verse 12. We are called out to leave the prince of the world behind, as he will continually wage war with us. Read, please.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
This is who or what we war against, an unseen, invisible enemy. That is why we have to be dedicated to invisible force, to an invisible force who is the Most High. Yeah? We like to think and live naturally. So like baptism, we just say, oh, some people say, oh, you're just putting people underwater. It doesn't... Yet still it tells you that you are not warring against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. These are unseen enemies. So the Most High gave you an unseen tool by doing a seen thing. You receive the gift of the Ruach by baptizing. So the enemy is warring against us spiritually. And the blind man will look carnally at carnal things and carnal men and try to argue and war with carnal men, not knowing that all of this is spiritual. That the enemy works spiritually. But we will overcome him if we walk in total righteousness. That's the only way you can overcome the enemy. If you give the enemy any chance, let me get a Bible here. Shaul had said it in Ephesians 4, 27. No, start from verse 22.
That ye put off concerning the former conversations the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
It's not conversations, it's conversation.
Conversation.
So it's actually behavior. Read 22 again, please.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
There we go. We war not against flesh and blood. So you have to be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Spirit, not brute force. Spirit. 24.
And that ye put on the new man, which after Lua is created in righteousness and true holiness.
What did we just say? The only way to defeat him is to go in 100% righteousness. Created in righteousness and true holiness. That is the new man. That is the new man. So when you are baptized, that's what you have to do. Everything from the old has to be thrown away. Every sin, everything has to be thrown away, people. Every single even evidence of the past has to be thrown away. Or else the enemy, warring in the spirit, is going to get you. Continue.
Wherefore,
Verse 24. Oh, yes, verse 25.
Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. Be ye angry, and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
And verse 27 is the one that I want.
Neither give place to the devil.
There we go. Neither give place to the devil. Don't give him any chance. That's why you have to be in total righteousness and true holiness. No chance at all. If you give him any space at all, he's going to get you. Because he's a powerful enemy that wars in the spirit. You cannot see him at work. He's plotting, he's scheming, he's doing everything behind your back. And you are there going about your business. And you cannot see. Things are happening. He's getting in people's head. He's getting in someone's head to come and say something to you, to do something. He's constantly active if you give him a place. If you do not give him a place, then resist the devil and he will flee from you. And so you will have peace in true righteousness. All right? Where were we?
27.
All right, we're finished with that. Yes. So we will overcome him if we walk in total righteousness. Continue Ephesians 6:11.
Put on the whole armor of Allure, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Against the tricks of the devil. Put on the whole armor. Verse 13.
Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Allure, that ye may be able to stand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand.
He did not say take on some of the armor. He said the whole armor. Everything. The full suite of tools. Yes? And what are the tools? Etekana, I think you know it by heart. The tools.
The helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the belts of truth, the shoes of the gospel of peace, the sword of the ruach of the word, and the shield of faith.
And the shield of Emanah. Not some of it. Every bit of it. That's what you need for this war with this enemy. So we will overcome him if we walk in total righteousness. But if we remain in disobedience, the prince of this world continues to work in us. Remember, we're talking about salvation. We're talking about eternal life. We're talking about overcoming the powers of the devil. We're talking about overcoming this world. If we remain in disobedience, we're looking at the importance of obedience, people. Remember, when you are sold out, when you are dedicated, you will give up everything of yourself and will do everything to serve the Most High. Remember, in the books of the Nazarene that we read at the beginning, he says men will shun the harder part and take the easier part. Yes? If we do that, then we are in disobedience. We are in disobedience. And if we are in disobedience, the prince of this world continues to work in us. Because we will be what? The children of disobedience. Go to Ephesians 2 verse 2. We will be the children of disobedience. Please stay with us. We're going to look at the 7 assemblies. And you're going to see some very interesting things. Go ahead.
Wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air.
In time past. So if you are walking according to the course of this world, that means you're walking according to Hasatan. You see when the Most High tells us to come out of her? To come out of the rudiments of her. In time past, you walk according to the course of this world. according to the prince of the power of the air. Why? Because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Satan has the world in his hand. He is the one who sets the course of this world. And when we were in it, and when we woke up and realized what this world was, what is it the onus on us to do? The onus on us to do is to realize what this is and to run away from it. And the Most High told us at this time that you must come out of her, my people. But people continue to sit in there, not knowing, and then they grumble and they will ask questions, how can I do this? And people wanting to be righteous in Babylon. It cannot work. Yeah? It cannot work. And those days that they were in, it could be able to work, but not this time. Because now is the time when our people are to return. The captivity of our people are to return. This is a special time in the history of our people. Our people. It is the time when the Most High is returning our captivity for us to go back into the land. And he told us how to do it by telling us to come out of her and flee out of the midst of Babylon and gather ourselves together. So read Ephesians 2 again, please.
Wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
Oh boy. The ruach that now worketh in the children of disobedience. So if you are disobedient, his ruach is now working in you. It's not I said it, it's what the verse says. Just study the verse very carefully. The people of those days, when they realized the truth, they came out of her. Their lives were totally different. They lived totally different. They gathered themselves together. Remember, Shaul just told us, ye are members one of another. They came together and drew themselves out. If you go back into history, the government at that time, even the, I think it was the Roman government, not sure, 100% sure, that our people used to gather, they never used to gather in the typical churches of the day, the temples, because the heathens gathered in pagan temples. Our people gathered in their homes and at night. And they spread rumor that they were doing all sorts of evil things, sexual things, etc. And then our people started getting persecution for gathering together. That's how they did, because our people set themselves apart from them and were different from them. But the believer today is no different from the people in the world. Sometimes it's only when we talk, people know that we are believers, because we do not set ourselves apart. We do the same things that they do. We eat the same way they eat. We wear the same clothing. We do everything the same way. Being the children of disobedience. Now, only by being perfect can we truly overcome. We have to be perfect. Remember, we said when we are in total righteousness and true holiness, that is being totally perfect. 1 John 2, verse 14. Go ahead.
I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you, young men, because ye are strong, and the word of Allure abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one.
The key phrase, the word of Allure, abideth in you. This is how you overcome, with the word abiding in you. Abiding means dwelling, resting, remaining, tarrying. So the word is the core of our existence. Our obedience is to the word. That is how you overcome the wicked one. Revelation 12:11 again.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death.
They loved not their lives unto the death. By the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. So to overcome, you have to be totally dedicated. Love not their lives unto death. You can't be more dedicated than that. And in the end, Yahuwah will claim his world in righteousness. We're coming to the end times now. In the end, Yahuwah will claim his world in righteousness. Revelation 11, verse 15. Remember, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The Most High does not claim this world as his, because even though it is his, the world is polluted. And he does not want his name on any pollution. Revelation 11, verse 15.
And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, "The kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Eluah, and of his Hamashiach, and he shall reign forever and ever."
The kingdoms of this world are become. Are become. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and at the end of it all in Revelation, the Most High is going to declare, "This is now my kingdom." Why? Because certain things have to go through. Certain things have to happen to cleanse this world before he can declare victory, and to get rid of all the wicked rulership on this world, in this world, so that he can set up his rule. Because he says the kingdom of this world has become the kingdom of our Eluah and of his Mashiach, of his son. Because his son now will be coming to replace the earthly rulers and rule as king on this earth. But before that, there will be the day of Yahuwah's anger. He has to clean the place and cleanse the place. Judgment has to happen on this earth. The place has to be cleansed from all its filthiness by his anger, because judgment has to come on the wicked, on the Gentiles, for all that they have done to pollute this place. Isaiah 66, verse 15. 15 to 16.
For behold, Yahuwah will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahuwah plead with all flesh,
and the slain of Yahuwah will be many, shall be many. So the Most High is going to come and do his thing. So the problem with us now, we have to ensure that we are found on the right side of Yahuwah. This is the turning point here that we have been talking about. We've been speaking about the earth being given into the hand of the wicked. We have been speaking about how we require dedication in order to escape from the reaches of the devil. But now the Most High is going to come and sort out all those who are in evil. He is going to come and deal with every single evil. So the onus on us is to ensure now that we are not found on the wrong side when Yahuwah comes to plead with all flesh. Because he said in the book of Isaiah chapter 1, if we are ever found on the wrong side, Isaiah chapter 1 verse 28 tells us the dark area we will be in. No matter what you are called, Israelite or no Israelite. Isaiah 1 verse 28.
And the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together, and they that forsake Yahuwah shall be consumed.
Shall be consumed. So we're going to look at tribulation later, and we're going to show that in tribulation, the sinners and the transgressors will be in tribulation. Yeah? Let's go back. All right. Now, when our people all right, no imperfect will be allowed to partake of his kingdom. Revelation 21, verse 7. No imperfect will be allowed to partake of his kingdom.
He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his allure, and he shall be my son.
Now, let me tell you something. There's a deception on this earth. Christianity again. You don't have to be perfect. No one can be perfect. Yes? We are called to be perfect. No imperfect is going to inherit the kingdom. So, this is a cue for us today. We have to strive for perfection. We cannot be looking at what are the problems we have? We look at our circumstances, our situations, and think, as the Christians say, God will understand. So, I am having this problem, I am having these struggles. He will understand. The Most High is an allure of sacrifice. He understands when you make sacrifice. Yes? He does not sit and understand when you are looking an excuse or seeking an excuse. His word says we must be perfect. He says, and ye shall be holy, for I, Yahuwah, am holy. He's telling you that you have to be like him. And when his son came, his son said, be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. His perfection. So read verse 8 of Revelation 21:8.
But the fearful, and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters,
And all liars
shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
Now this verse 21:8 kind of encompasses almost every belief. If you look at the meanings in there, every form of unbelief, every form of error, every form of error is encapsulated in this here verse. Another one is given Revelation 22:15. No imperfect will be allowed to partake of his kingdom.
For without are dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
All right. So no imperfect. Nobody with any problems. Remember, we are doing these teachings to let people know how to get themselves in order. How to get yourself in order. There is no imperfection allowed. Don't think the Most High is going to accept you with your imperfection. And when you look at the assemblies, we're going to see. All right? You have to strive for mastery, as Shaul says. And when it comes to the assemblies, it's the same thing. You have to strive for perfection in order to be protected. When our people were in Egypt, he called them out of the kingdom of Satan to go into the wilderness. Go to Exodus 7 verse 16. The Most High's people are perfected in the wilderness. Exodus 7 verse 16.
And thou shalt say unto him, Yahuwah Elohah of the Hebrews has sent me unto thee, saying,
Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness.
And behold, hitherto thou wouldest not hear.
Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. It's in the wilderness where the Most High wants his people to serve him. Now in Babylon, we are commanded to voluntarily come out, gather together so that we can seek Yahuwah. In Egypt, he commanded Pharaoh because Pharaoh had us in captivity. Pharaoh had us under hard bondage. Hard bondage. We were in his hand. We were slaves in his hand without any decision we could make for ourselves. If we wanted to come out, we could not come out. But in Babylon now, nobody has our hands tied. So the Most High tells us we must voluntarily come out of her and go into the wilderness, and this is the dividing line in the 7 assemblies. This is the dividing line in the 7 assemblies. The Most High says, come out of her. Most people will not take heed, but remain the children of disobedience. Isaiah 66. No, we did that before. I did this already. Oh, I'm at the wrong place. Now in Babylon, we are commanded to voluntarily come out, gather together, so we can seek Yahuwah. Zechariah 2 verse 7.
Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus...
No, that's it.
No.
Deliver thyself. This is a new thing. It was Moses that was to deliver the children of Yashua out of Mitzrayim, out of Egypt, out of Babylon. And Babylon has not changed. Out of Babylon, the Most High says, deliver thyself. Deliver thyself. Revelation 18:4. You know
And
it,
I heard...
Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Deliver thyself, come out of her. That is action on our part. Then he says, when we come out of her, he says in Zephaniah 2, gather yourselves together. And in Zephaniah 3, he tells us where we are together. This is the word is so nice. He says in Zephaniah 2, gather yourselves. In Zephaniah 3, he says, from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants. Let me go there. So Zephaniah 2, he says, gather together. Where is this? Let me get a Bible. All right. Go to Zephaniah 3, and he tells us where. Because we are beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. Zephaniah 3. Verse 10.
From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring mine offering.
Shall bring my offering. And he says, the daughter of my dispersed. What is he talking about here? He didn't say daughters. He said daughter. He's speaking about the assembly. He's speaking about his people gathered together in one assembly. One. Okay? My suppliants, my worshippers. So in Zephaniah 2, he tells you to gather yourselves together. Zephaniah 3, he tells you, and this is how it is coded. So let's go back to Zephaniah 2, verse 1.
Gather yourself together, ye gather together, O nation not desired.
So when we are in Babylon, we are commanded to gather ourselves together. Where? Beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, we are to gather ourselves together in sub-Saharan Africa, and he has been specific with us in telling us exactly where we are to go and in leading us from one place to the other while we are here. Verse 2 tells us when we are to gather together. Now we hear these every week. We're still laying a foundation so that by the time we get to speak about the 7 assemblies, we should get a full understanding of our errors and where we went right, where we went wrong, where we need to change, what needs to be done. Continue.
Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of Yahuwah come upon you, before the day of Yahuwah's anger come upon you.
Before. Notice how many times there I highlighted before. Okay? There is a specific time, and that time has an expiry date. We have to gather together before the problems. Most of you in this world are there waiting on all hell to break loose before you move. Big error. The Most High knows our hearts. He knows the thoughts and intents of our hearts. How can we try to trick the Most High? The Most High knows that we are waiting to hear something about we're going to have a lockdown. And then everybody now starts scrambling. And everybody starts calling Kazakh. Kazakh, we are coming on such and such. This and that. Can you help us with this and that? No. The Most High says, before the day pass as a chap. That means before all the problems. Right now we see problems boiling up. It's almost time. Time has almost expired for the before. Because when the thing hits the fan, then that's when the time will expire. Before. And then Zephaniah 2:3 tells you what you do when you are gathered together.
Seek ye Yahuwah, O ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgments. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of Yahuwah's anger.
So when you come out, then you have to seek him. That's what you are for, because his wrath is upon us. So because his wrath is upon us, at this time, the onus on us now is to seek him. That's it? Seek him. Now, why must we come out, gather, and seek Alua? It is because of the judgment that is upon Babylon. Remember, we're speaking about the 7 assemblies, but we're giving everything, putting everything in one package so you can have great understanding of what the 7 assemblies has to do with the end times and the tribulation. So why come out of her, gather, and seek Alua? Because judgment is on Babylon and judgment is on us for the sins that we have committed. Jeremiah 51, verse 37.
And Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for dragons, an astonishment and an hissing, without an inhabitant.
Babylon is to be destroyed. Revelation 16:9.
And men were scourged with great heat, and blasphemed the name of Yahuwah, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory.
This was the end time to do with Babylon. Is it this the right one that we're seeing? No, it's not. It's maybe 19. 19 it was. Sorry, it's not 9. Revelation 16:19. Sorry about that.
And the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell. And great Babylon came in remembrance before Yahuwah, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath.
All right. The cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. This is why come out of her, gather and seek Alua. This is a judgment on Babylon. That is why you have to come out. Revelation 18:7-10.
How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall a place come in one day, death and mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is Yahuwah Alua, who judgeth her.
All right, so hear this now. This is Babylon and her destruction. Now we have done a teaching here where the United States is modern day Babylon. But when Babylon falls, everything else is going to fall with it. Okay? Because Babylon is the heart and core of the financial mercantile system. That is why the kings of the earth and the merchants are going to cry when they see Babylon fall, because they too are now going to get bankrupt. Okay? Verse 9.
And the kings of the earth, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
This is why you come out of her. This is why you gather. And I don't understand. When people are hearing, I don't know, I'm different. If I got this understanding of this thing and we are the children of Israel, it's time for the Most High to deliver us. It's time for him to take out, return our captivity. It's time for him to bring us back to the land. Realize where the land is. And realize who the people are, that I am those people. Realize the promise made by the Most High, the creator of the heavens and the earth, for me. I wouldn't be disobedient at all. I don't know. Because I've been reading this book, and this book is all about a prize, about promises of the Most High. And it shows me that there's only one way for him to fulfill the promise, is when I obey. So how can I be consistently disobedient and expect to partake of the promises? Which promise do I expect to partake of? Am I a Christian that believes that when a Mashiach comes, I'm going to be raptured away? Or am I believing in the promise that his children will inherit Zion? Because my mind and my heart has to be on Zion. Because even the book here tells me that my face at this time should be towards Zion, asking the way to Zion. Jeremiah 50 verse 4 to 5. This is what it tells me that I should be doing. Now, if I'm not doing this, then I am a child of disobedience. And which means the prince of the power of this earth now works in me. No, that's not right. Read verse 4 to 5, please.
In those days and in that time, saith Yahuwah, the children of Yasharal shall come, they and the children of Yehuda together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek Yahuwah their allure.
That's Zephaniah 2. Verse 3, that says they shall go, they shall seek Yahuwah. Gather yourselves together and seek Yahuwah. Alright, verse 5.
They shall ask the way to Zion.
There we go. You see, when you combine all of them together, the Bible is just one big puzzle. And you have to collect the verses. In Zephaniah, when it says, gather yourselves together. In Revelation, it says, come out of her. Jeremiah 51, 5 to 6, it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon. But it tells you in Zephaniah where you should flee, what you should do when you flee. Gather yourselves together. And then, in the book of Jeremiah 50 verse 5, he's saying that we shall ask the way to Zion. So we have to seek out where Jerusalem, Yasharal really is. And then, in Zephaniah 3, it says, from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia my suppliants shall bring forth. That means the gathering place is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. So when the Most High tells us to come here beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, how can I disobey? Eh? Because everything fits right in the scriptures. Even for me, and I will tell people, I never wanted to come here. I keep telling you. I never wanted to come here. I never wanted to leave Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Jamaica nice. I'm telling you. Even as a, what you call it? Even as a believer, Jamaica is nice. Yes? I never wanted to leave. And I hesitated to leave slightly before coming. Yeah? Because I never wanted to leave. But when the Most High sends me here now, is it because I want to come? Do you think I'm here because I wanted to? No, I want to stay here because the Most High, the Ruach, when you come here, there is something. that glues you here and makes you not want to leave. Something spiritual. It is like you get connected back to the land, I don't know. But when you come here, you don't want to leave. And the Most High sends us here. How can I want to disobey? Read 5 again, please, Jeremiah 50.
They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherwards, saying, Come, and let us join ourselves to Yahuwah in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten.
That's what we should be doing today. Now, if we do not come out of her, if we do not come out of Satan's Babylonian kingdom, we will receive of her judgments. Revelation 18:4, let's look at the judgments in Revelation 18:4.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and
that ye receive not of her plagues. This is the judgment. If we don't come out of Satan's satanic system, we are going to receive of her plagues. Go to Jeremiah 51:6 for the judgments over there.
Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahuwah's vengeance.
He will render unto her a recompense. Judgment again. In Revelation 18:4 it says, that you receive not of her plagues, that's the judgment. In Jeremiah 51:6 it says, he will render unto her a recompense. So we have to be 100% dedicated to abiding in Yahusha. Remember, going back now, that Yahusha is through whom we dedicate ourselves. Remember earlier we looked at that. So we have to be 100% dedicated to abiding in Yahusha. And remember, we also said that we have to be in 100% righteousness to overcome the devil. So to be in 100% righteousness, you have to be 100% in Hamashiach. Abiding in him, John 15:4-8. Hold on, please. John 15:4-8. Go ahead, please.
Abide in me, and I in you. As a branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine, no more can ye, except ye abide in me.
You see it? No fruit unless you abide in the vine. No fruit unless you abide in the vine. Continue.
I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye can do nothing.
Without me you can do nothing. No righteousness. You cannot walk in the righteousness of Yahuwah without Yahusha abiding in him. Continue.
If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and is withered, and men gather them, and cast them into the fire, and they are burned.
So if we don't abide in Yahusha, then we are wasting our time in religion. We are wasting our time in religion. And the word abide there means to rest, to remain. Let me get it on the screen so you see it. I forgot that I didn't even put it there. Abide there, to stay in a given place, state, relation, or expectancy. So when you come to serve Yahusha, you can't come and today you follow Yahusha, and tomorrow you follow your mind, or tomorrow you follow the world, or tomorrow you follow your father, your mother, your sister, your wife, or your husband, or your brother. Or your... It has to be 100% to stay. That's why they use the word abide. So when you're serving Yahusha, it's not a temporary pastime. It is a total dedicated life. 100% full time. Abide, continue, dwell, endure, be present, remain, stand, tarry, tarry for. I don't know what that don't mean. But that's it. It is a total dedicated life, a life dedicated to following Yahushua HaMashiach. Without that, we have nothing. Continue, please.
If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what you will, and it shall be done unto you.
So, whatever we want, when we abide in him, he will do it for us. Very simple. That's why we have to have, we have no, what you call it, anxieties about anything. That's why Shaul said, be anxious for nothing, but with all supplication and prayer and everything, make your requests known unto Yahuwah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? As long as you abide, it will be done.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8.
Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my disciples.
So if we don't abide in, so we have a whole big world of believers who are not really believers. Who are not following Yahusha. He says, so shall ye be my disciples. In other words, if you don't abide in him, you are not his disciple. If you don't deny yourself, you are not his disciple. So many things. If you're not willing to forsake everything, you are not his disciple. We are not teaching you religion here, people. We are teaching you the truth. The world has robbed us of these truths and make us candidates for Matthew 7:21 to 23. I never knew you. Depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. We cannot let that happen. We have to know what this is about. This is about a sold out thing. This is about a dedicated thing, 100%, full 100. It's not about we taking part in this world and living a comfortable life and having this business or doing that and all of that. It is willing to live like a vagabond. It's willing to live like a shamed person, and the Most High will not let you be ashamed. Yes? He will not let you down if you give up for him. Verse 9.
As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you.
Mm-hmm.
Continue ye in my love.
All right. No, that isn't. We've gone overboard with that one. All right? So, those who are 100% dedicated will receive the Psalm 91 protection. We are going now to the assemblies. Those who are 100% dedicated. The Messiah said a word. He says he's coming to give every man according to his works.
Mm-hmm.
According to his works. So nobody is watching us, but it behoves us to make sure that we are 100% fired up at all times. That is zeal. But what kind of world do we have? We have a world of believers. Believers justifying themselves that they keep the Shabbat. So on Shabbat, people will come here and they will go and they will watch videos and they will do this and listen and be in a class and everything. And then, where is the 100% dedication? The next day or the same day, they want to partake of this world.
Mm.
When they are called to make a sacrifice or to do something that is against their comfort, then they opt out. They will listen, they will hear, they will partake in a group. But what happens after? The same old man creeps in. The old man takes charge.
Mm.
So those who are 100% dedicated will receive the Psalm 91 protection. Let me say a little thing about the Psalm 91 protection. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. That is one of the most popular verses in the scriptures. But it's not for everybody. In this time, it's only for one of the assemblies. 7 assemblies. And it's only for one. One single dege one. One single, solitary, unitary assembly. And yet still, we love to speak about it and repeat it. not understanding the secret place of the Most High, is in total obedience. You cannot be in the secret place of the Most High unless you are totally dedicated to Him, totally sold out, giving up on this world, being a fool to this world, a fool who will look on you and say, why did you do this? Oh, you were in this position of authority and you gave it up. Why are you so foolish? Remember Matthew the tax collector? He was the first foolish one. He was collecting taxes and Mashiach said, follow me. And he just left what he was doing and followed him. That's our example. And we read the book of Matthew today. Even though some people might say, oh, he didn't write it. But I believe he wrote it. And we read his book today to give us a chance at life. That man gave up everything. So, those who are 100% dedicated will receive the Psalm 91 protection. Go ahead, please.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
That is dwell. The same dwell there is the same abide, which means tarry, stay, remain, rest. Tarry for. Tarry in the secret place. Don't tell me, oh, that's okay. Tarry in the secret place. So those who remain in his secret place, not those who are righteous for today and unrighteous tomorrow. Not those today who are speaking spiritual things. Oh, today is a Shabbat, so we are spiritual today. And tomorrow we're gone back, seeking out the desires of our hearts. Not those people will rest in the protection of the Most High. Go to Psalms 91 verse 9. It tells you who receives this protection in his secret place.
Because thou hast made Yahuwah, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation.
Continue verse 10.
There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Because thou hast made Yahuwah, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, thy dwelling place, thy place in which you abide. That is why no evil will fall upon you. You have to be 100% sold out. The Most High is no fool. And Hamashiach said he's going to give every man according to his works. If you are not totally sold out, you are not going to be given the prize of someone who is sold out. Now, what does it mean that the Most High is our habitation? It means to abide totally in Yahusha. John 15:7. It's the same word there in John 15:7. Same word. Go ahead.
If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what you will, and it shall be done unto you.
If ye abide in me, and I abide in you. What is the meaning of abide? We looked at it before. To stay in a given place, state, relation, or expectancy. Abide, continue, dwell. Dwell. And verse 9, Psalm 91 verse 1 says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. That means he that abides. For us today, he that abides in Yahusha. How many of us are speaking about how we are wanting in Yahusha? We have to abide in Yahusha. That is what it means to dwell in his secret place. And when you abide in Yahusha, the Most High will take you to his secret place. So how do we find this secret place? How do we find the Most High's secret place? Psalm 32, verses 5 to 8. How do we find this secret place?
I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto Yahuwah, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin.
So that today for us is Acts 2:38. I acknowledge my sin, and my iniquity have I not hid, that is repentance. Confessing my transgressions, and you forgave my sin. Acts 2:38, repent and be baptized, every one of you, in the name of Yahushua Mashiach for the remission of sins, and ye shall receive the gift of Ruach HaKadosh. This is it right here. Continue.
For this shall every one that is godly pray unto thee, in
In a time when thou mayest be found. When?
When thou mayest be found.
In a time when thou mayest be found. What does that remind us of?
Before.
Eh?
Before.
Before the day pass as a chaff. Before the day, and all of you here are sitting on trouble to come on the world before you move. Whoa. Verse 6, please.
For this shall every one that is godly pray unto thee, in a time when thou mayest be found.
Surely
Surely in the floods of great waters
they shall not come nigh unto him. If you make preparation before, it says, surely you are going to be protected. Continue.
Thou art my hiding place.
My what?
Hiding place.
You see what you have to do to go in this hiding place? Even in the Psalms, it is there. Continue.
Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance.
And now the Most High is telling you how you will be taken to his secret place. Verse 8.
I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye.
There we go. I will guide thee with mine eye. It's the Most High says, I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. How does he instruct us and teach us in the way that we shall go?
The teachers.
Isaiah 30 verse 19. Boy, this word is so sweet. It's so sweet and everything just matches up perfectly. And when you know that you're talking the truth, when it just matches up right before you. Read it, please.
For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee.
This is how he will guide you with his eye. This is how he will instruct you in the way that you should go. Because many people are here argue with us over time. I want to hear from the Most High, and the Most High has to this and this after that. The Most High is not going to tell everybody. The Most High tells you he's going to tell his teachers. And his teachers are going to tell you. And if you don't listen to his teachers, you're going to lose out. Continue, please.
And though Yahuwah give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying,
This is the way, walk ye in it.
When ye turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left.
So this is how the Most High guides you with his eyes and shows you how you should go, by giving you teachers to instruct you. It's the teachers you listen to. You know, many people are here saying, oh, well, God, I'll have to go ask him for myself, and God will direct me, I should go. And you'll be here waiting. And people, even in this chat here, when they say it, I just don't even say anything. I don't even say anything. Oh, I'm just waiting on the Most High to show me where I should go. And they're here listening to this and hearing this every day. Everybody think that the Most High is going to have this special thing with them because they got this thing from Christianity. Oh, you must know God for yourself. So everybody want to have this great special revelation. You're going to wait for it until, guess what? Great tribulation is going to come on you and you're going to wonder, what happened? This is how the Most High instructs. Through his teachers. Let's go back to the previous verse, Psalm 32. Read verse 8 again, please.
I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye.
Continue.
Be ye not as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding.
Whoop, 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 whoop. No, the horse and the mule. Sometimes you have to whip them. You have to use the rein because they have no understanding as to anything at all. Yeah? They don't know where you want them to go or anything. So you have to be doing this. He's saying that don't be without understanding. And as I was just showing an example of being without understanding. When you are there thinking and saying that you want to hear from God yourself, when the Most High has teachers that He has chosen to instruct you in the way. How many times I've heard people, I don't want to hear from any man. I'll hear from the Most High. Yeah? And I watch all of them and lot them and them wasting, and you know that you cannot reach these people because of the blindness that is upon them. The Most High works in order. Order. Thine eyes shall see thy teachers. So be ye not as a horse. Do not be stubborn. Do not be stubborn. Read 9 again, please.
Be ye not as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee. Many sorrows shall be to the wicked, but he that trusteth in Yahuwah, mercy shall compass him about.
So this is another thing with dedicated. When you're dedicated, you're going to trust in Yahuwah. You can't trust in anybody. You dedicate yourself to Him. You know that, boy, I dedicate myself to serving you, Father. You are the one who's going to provide for me. Yeah? All right. Let's go to how will He guide us with His eye? How will He guide us with His eye? We just saw that He will guide us. How we find His secret place, He will guide us with His eye. Now we are going to look at how will He guide us with His eye through Ruach HaKadosh. John 16:13.
Howbeit, when He, the Spirit of truth, is come, He will guide you into all truth, for He shall not speak of Himself, but whatsoever He shall hear, that shall He speak, and He will show you things to come.
All right, so the Ruach Amat, or the Spirit of Truth, He will guide you into all truth. That is how He guides you with His eye. He will show you things to come. So that is why in Revelation 19:10, I think, it says the Ruach of Yahusha is the Ruach of prophecy. Prophecy is to show you things to come. That is why we have Jah Prophecy. Just a word prophecy, our new channel that is doing so well because we highlight the prophecies that have been given to different members of the Just a Word family. You can check it out on YouTube, Just a Word Prophecy. Some very interesting, compelling, edifying prophecies for you. Because the Ruach Amat is showing us things that are to come. Now, what prevents us from finding His secret place? Stubbornness and disobedience. Psalms 32, verse 9, we just read it. What prevents us from finding His secret place? He just told us, I'll guide you with your mine eyes. But then He says, be ye not as the horse. Continue.
Or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee.
All right. So don't be stubborn like them when you have to force them to do anything. You must be obedient. You must hear and you must take heed. Now, our total dedication will lead us to total obedience, which will lead us to protection in His secret place. Total dedication will lead to total obedience. if you are totally 100% dedicated unto death, you will be faithful, which will give us total obedience, which will lead us to protection in his secret place. Psalms 32, verse 10.
Many sorrows shall be to the wicked, but he that trusteth in Yahuwah, mercy shall compass him about.
So let's go back to Psalm 91, verses 2 to 8, to see the same principle. Total dedication to total obedience, which will let him have us in his secret place. Psalm 91, verse 2. Continue.
I will say of Yahuwah, he is my refuge and my fortress, my allure, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from...
Because you read this so many times, you're hurrying.
Oh,
Go a little bit slower.
Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
His truth. Continue.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold, and see the reward of the wicked.
All right. Total dedication. Total dedication. So because you have been given total dedication, let's go from verse 9 to 16 now to see because you have given total dedication.
Because thou hast made Yahuwah, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Because you have made Yahuwah thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Verse 11.
For he shall give his angels charge over thee.
You're reading too fast.
For
11.
For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways.
All thy ways. Continue.
They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him.
Here we go again. The Most High is telling us, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Now this excludes Christians, by the way. Because the Most High said, if you love me, keep my commandments. The Christians say, I'm not going to keep your commandments. So, Mr. Christian, if you're reading this, you have not set your love upon Yahuwah. This is not for you. Verse 14 again.
Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him.
I will be with him in trouble.
I will deliver him and honor him.
So it's not that you won't go through trouble, but he will be there with you to deliver you out of the trouble. Verse 16.
With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation.
Eternal life for those who dwell in his secret place. So that is why Yahushua warned his disciples. That is why he warned them. You must abide in me. You must dedicate yourselves totally to me. Luke 21, 34 and 35.
And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares.
You see the difference? Because he hath set his love upon me, you have made him your habitation. All of those things. But now he says, take care that you're not overcharged with these things, surfeiting with greed, with drunkenness and cares of this life. Cares of this life. And people would assume that, oh, the cares of this life are essential. Not now. He told you to come out of her. And he told you to gather together. Yeah? And cares of this life. And so that day come upon you unawares. Unawares. And what will happen when it comes upon you unawares?
For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth.
He's talking about great tribulation here. If you take great tribulation in perspective, we've read this verse over and over. If you take great tribulation in perspective, this verse takes a whole different meaning. How do you get protection from great tribulation? You have to read it over now. Bearing in mind that this is speaking about great tribulation. Mm-hmm. Read 34 again. This is how you escape or you are protected from great tribulation. Go ahead.
And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares.
So when you are in these things, you are lined up to be in great tribulation. Mm-hmm. And so he gives you the escape. He says, come out of her, my people. You come out of her, then you will be gathered together. And he will teach you to overcome greed, to overcome the drunkenness of Babylon, and to overcome the cares of this life. It's very simple. So very simple. Mm-hmm. So that it cannot come upon you unawares. And when we came out, he gave us a place and he said, watch. Watch. Which is the very remedy that he gave in verse 36. Read 35 now, please.
For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth.
And then this is what he told us. He says, watch. That's what he told us here. Watch. And what is the remedy there in verse 36?
Watch ye therefore.
Oh boy.
And pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
Watch that ye be accounted worthy. I want you to look at this, people, very carefully. Watch that ye be accounted worthy. Watch that you be accounted worthy. The word worthy to do what? To escape. Mm. The word escape there is ekfugo, which means to flee out, to escape, flee, flee. So, many people, we've been saying, flee out of the midst of Babylon. Many people, have not been accounted worthy. It is a qualification. Yes? Accounted worthy to escape, because we are supposed to be watching. We're going to see what this has to do with the 7 assemblies. So, when he says this, these people here who obey, who are accounted worthy to escape, when the Most High says this that we have looked at before, Zephaniah 2, gather yourselves together, Revelation 18, come out of her, my people, these people will obey, because these people now are accounted worthy to escape. So when it comes time and the Most High says escape, because they are counted worthy, he leave an open door for them to escape. So when he says in Revelation 12:14, read it please.
And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time, from the face of the serpent.
Notice I put there in blue, into her place. He that dwelleth in what?
Secret place.
You see it? Well, boiled down easy. So, to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle that she might fly into the wilderness. When his people who are obedient to him, who are watching, and the word watch there means sleepless. That means you're sleepless watching for the return of a Mashiach. So everything he says to do, you will do it. So when he says, okay, go there, here, bam, you go there. Because you're seeking him. If you're not seeking him, when you hear and say, why, boy, that sounds too hard. Boy, I can't do that right now. But his people who are seeking him, to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle. When the Most High says, go and I hear airplane, which is the 2 wings of the great eagle. When his people hear that, his people will obey. But the other people will not. So, the secret place of the Most High, and it is a no-brainer, knowing the Most High. The Most High says, without emunah, it is impossible to please him. Mm-hmm. So when he has his secret place, it takes great emunah for you to enter that secret place. That secret place is not going to be just a place where you just ask him, oh Father, take me to the secret place, and you're taken there. No, it's going to mean a sacrifice. A sacrifice. All right? So in Revelation 12:14, they will fly on the wings of a great eagle into the place prepared for the woman, which is the secret place of the Most High. But there are other believers left in Babylon that Satan will turn and attack in his wrath. We're looking at Revelation 12 now. So those people in Revelation 12:14, these are the obedient ones. These are the ones who will dwell in his secret place. But the others who remain in the midst of Babylon, Revelation 12:17 tells you about them.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Eluah, and have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach.
So, not being able to defeat those who are set apart in the wilderness, because the Most High will protect those in the wilderness, even though Satan will have a ball with them initially. Because it tells you Satan poured out water as a flood after the woman. So here's how the tribulation goes. Let me see if I can get my face in here. Coming. Here's how the tribulation actually goes. Those who are in the wilderness, who are set apart in the wilderness, they will go through their tribulation before great tribulation takes the world. Don't think that those who are taken out and in his secret place, he said, I will be with him in what? In trouble. That means trouble is upon them. And that is why I tell people, for the last 2+ years has been the hardest time in my life. Mm-hmm. Hardest time in my life. The most difficult. Going through fire after fire. Fire, then getting a little rest, and fire again, and fire. If it is not fire, even physical fire. Going through. And seeing the whole point and understanding that the Most High makes us go through our tribulations now, so that when the tribulation comes on the earth, we are hidden away. Not that you don't get any tribulation. You get tribulation like nothing. But it tells you that when tribulation comes on the others, in Psalm 65, My servants will eat, but you will be hungry. My servants will rejoice, but you shall be. So when now they are sad and they are struggling and bawling, that is when the Most High will show his protection on us. Yes? So, not being able to defeat those set apart in the wilderness, Satan will turn to attack those remaining in Babylon, and woe be unto them, because it says Satan was wrath. Was wrath with the woman, and he's going to come with a vengeance in to those who are in the midst of Babylon. So we took a look at the 7 assemblies, and let me get it here. The 7 assemblies, and I put together a little list here for us to get a little more understanding of the 7 assemblies. I looked at the assembly in order in the book of Revelation. Then I looked at the fault that the Most High found with the assembly. Then I looked at the judgment on the assembly. Now, when it comes to Ephesus, the fault in Ephesus was that Ephesus left its first love. And by the way, when it tells us the assembly, to us today it is spiritual. We have to know where we are wanting in each and every one of these. All of the faults that we see, we have to look and check to see if we are at fault. Because if we are at fault, we fall under the judgment of that assembly. So we have to make sure, for example, you left thy first love. Are we as zealous as we were when we just came into the word? That we have to ask ourselves with this one from Ephesus. And what is the judgment for leaving your first love? He will remove thy candlestick out of his place. The candlestick is the assembly. The 7 candlesticks are the 7 assemblies. So he said he will leave he will remove the candlestick out of its place. That means he will destroy the assembly. That's what it means here. Now, Smyrna, very interesting one here. No fault with Smyrna. No fault declared with Smyrna. Yet still, Smyrna will have tribulation 10 days as their judgment. How come you don't find any fault with Smyrna? But yet still, they will have tribulation 10 days. Yes. Then we have Pergamos, the seat of Satan. They hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught the children of Yasharal to eat things sacrificed unto idols, Christianity here, and to commit fornication, idolatry, Christianity. Also the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which is the Christian system of worship. Nicolaitanism is victory over the people. It is the system of worship of Christianity, where you have the top-down structure, whereby the pastor controls the congregation and monitors and manipulates the congregation to his own desire. That Nicolaitan system. So Pergamos is Christianity 100%. Eat anything in Christianity. Doesn't matter. What is the judgment for Christianity? I mean, Pergamos. What is the judgment for Pergamos? He will fight against them with the sword of his mouth, and the sword of his mouth is the word. So it's a word that obliterates Christianity. Destroys it totally. So if you are in Pergamos, if you are in Christianity, just know that you are in Pergamos. You have work to do. You have to come out of Pergamos before you can even think about anything positive. All these tribulation, all we have seen so far are assemblies that are going to be in tribulation. We have a chart that I'm going to show next that I put together, that I kind of hurriedly put together. I think maybe I might need to make some adjustments, who knows. But we're going to show what we are saying here. Now, the next one is Thyatira. Thyatira or Thyatira. Now, Thyatira, he finds a big problem with them again. It's Christianity again. Thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication, idolatry, and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. Now, we did, in our prophecy channel, we did 2 videos on 2 of the popular prophetesses that were shown and revealed through dreams that they were false. And if you hear the responses of the people, it's like the people are in idolatry, like they were idols of the people. People just talk all sorts of foolishness just to just attack. And they just attack and go. They just attack and you never see them again, even if you respond to them. Idolatry. Christianity right here. This is the woman, large and in charge. And look at the judgment. The longest judgment is for Thyatira. I will cast her into a bed, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation. All of these tribulation here, all of these. Except they repent of their deeds. I will kill her children with death. And her children does not refer to literal children. It refers to those who follow her. Because in the Bible, followers are called children. My little children. Christianity, following all these women prophetesses and all these women pastors who are leading you astray. I will kill her children with death, and all the assemblies shall know that I am he which searcheth the reins and hearts, and will give unto every one of you according to your works. But unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan as they speak, I will put upon you none other burden. So we see the judgment of death upon this woman thingy. Then we have Sardis. Sardis is a half and half one. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die, for I have not found thy works perfect before Alua. This is the problem with Sardis. The works are not perfect. What did we say earlier? Didn't we speak about being perfect? Hamashiach said, I have not found thy works perfect, and Christians will tell you you don't have to be perfect. Then look here now. What's the judgment? If therefore thou shalt not watch. You see that word watch? It's who watch is going to dwell in his secret place. It's those who watch. So it says, I have not found thy works perfect before Alua, which means if you do not watch, your works are not going to be perfect. You have to watch for your works to be found perfect. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I have not found thy works perfect before Alua. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I want you to get it. If you are not watching, and watching means there, sleepless, dedicated, non-stop service, totally dedicated, you're looking for the coming of Messiah, you are making yourself perfect, you are striving for perfection, busy, walking in the way of the Most High, following His commandments, looking for His instructions, doing everything that He says you should do. If you are not doing that, it says, I will come upon thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know the hour I will come upon thee. But the good thing about Sardis, he says, there are a few people in Sardis who have not soiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. So when it says there are few people in Sardis, it means there are few people who are watching. Few people who are watching. It is watching people, and you cannot watch remaining in the middle of this Babylonian system, partaking of this Babylonian system. You cannot watch. Let me get this my face to speak with the people here. You cannot watch being in the midst of Babylon. When he gave us our Nazareth, he showed us we must go there and watch. Watch. He didn't tell us to watch in Babylon. It's when we came out, he said, watch. Because you cannot watch in Babylon today. Babylon today, the end time Babylon today, when all the evil has been cranked up and when the Most High's message is to come out. Before it was time to come out, you could probably stay there and say you are watching, but not now. Yeah? All right. Where were we again? Let me get back. Yes, so we're at the 7 assemblies. So the next one is Philadelphia. Philadelphia's fault is none, just like Smyrna. None. No fault I find with you. And Smyrna, none. But Smyrna's judgment is tribulation 10 days. But Philadelphia's judgment is to be kept from the temptation that is to try the earth, which is tribulation. So look at it. Smyrna, no fault, but they will go through tribulation. Philadelphia, no fault, but they will not go through tribulation. Philadelphia will dwell in the secret place of the Most High. Then we have Laodicea. The problem with Laodicea is they are neither hot nor cold. And they are rich and in need of nothing. And what is the judgment on them? I will spew thee out of my mouth. Man, what a thing. So you now have to judge yourself. Am I neither hot nor cold? Because if not, I need to get hot. Am I too comfortable, rich and in need of nothing? If you are rich and in need of nothing, you are in a very serious problem. You are in line to be spewed out of Hamashiach's mouth. Imagine that. The Christians say that riches is blessings from the Most High. God gave me this and God blessed me with another house. And Hamashiach said here, if you say you're rich and in need of nothing, he is going to spew you out of his mouth. You see that we serve a different Messiah. Opposite. Jesus Christ is Satan's son. Represents Satan. Not Jesus Christ. He's the opposite. Let's look at it. He's the opposite of Yahusha. Yahusha accepts the poor. Yahusha said in Luke 4:17, he came to preach the gospel to the poor. But Jesus Christ came to make you rich in this world. I want to know which Messiah of the Bible that is. So already we looked at the two righteous assemblies in Revelation 12. We looked at them before. That in Revelation 14, to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle that she might fly into the wilderness. That is the Philadelphia assembly. Let's read it, Philadelphia assembly in Revelation 12:14. And by the way, when we say the Philadelphia assembly, you partake of each assembly, you can get kicked out of any one of them. Any one of them. We are not saying that the Philadelphia assembly are those people who are already in paradise and everything is good with them. Yes? That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is these are on the path of the way that was instructed and given to them in obedience. That doesn't mean that they are going to enter the kingdom. I want to emphasize that. Continue.
And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time, from the face of the serpent.
That's the Philadelphia assembly. And verse 17 now is Smyrna and company. Go ahead.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Allure, and have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach.
All right. So what shall differentiate the 2 assemblies? What is the difference between both assemblies? What differentiates Philadelphia from other assemblies? It is that Philadelphia has kept the word of his patience. That's what he told us. Read Revelation 3 verse 10, please. This is why Philadelphia is cut from the rest of the assemblies. Read it.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Because you have kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. I also will keep thee from the time that they call great tribulation. Now, what does patience mean? Hupomone. Steadfastness, constancy, endurance. This is actually literally people just following the word to the T. Whatever is instructed to us, we follow it. This is following Yahushua HaMashiach. In the New Testament, the characteristic of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose and his loyalty to faith and holiness by even the greatest trials and sufferings. By even the greatest trials and sufferings. So when the Most High says, come out of her, and you are there grumbling and finding all sorts of excuses, but I can't do it because, but I can't, but I have to, but. That's not Philadelphia. Philadelphia is the one who suffers and does it the same. Trusting in Yahuwah and say, Father, I can't do this, but I can do all things through Hamashiach who strengthens me. Simple. And Philadelphia will do what they need to do. That is why anytime, if you are here, if you're serving the Most High will take you to different places to do different things. You don't even know or have any idea. You just do it. These are the people who just do it. Patiently and steadfastly. A patient, steadfast waiting for. What does that remind you of? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A-T-C-A. We had a 5-letter word that we used. A patient, steadfast waiting for. Nope. Watch. Watch. The Philadelphia assembly are those who watch. Patiently, steadfastly waiting for Hamashiach. There are more than people, many people in the world are here calculating, looking at the prophecies. Shit. No, it's not time as yet. No, this and this. And so, what time do you think, Brother Kazak, about what time do you think says the return of Hamashiach? Everybody looking for a time. Philadelphia does not do that. Philadelphia is so zealous of Hamashiach. Philadelphia will, even before the time, Philadelphia will move. Before the day pass as a chaff, before the fierce anger come upon you. I remember one person who had the assembly and he left and he said, but Kazak, you're wrong. You're like he was saying that I am wrong because I was calling people before the time. It's not yet the time. Went and studied prophecy and thought that he says it's not the time. Let me tell you something. The Philadelphia assembly, watch. That's what the time has to do. When you leave before the time, what do? Watch. And if you even die before the time, you die watching. Where do you think you're going to be? When Hamashiach comes, you're going to be right there with him. Because you died watching. There is no good thing that the Most High withholds from anyone that walks uprightly and righteous in his eyes and walks according to his word. But you know, are going to say, it's not yet time. And what do? You continue to partake of Babylon. Not watching. So when you are still alive, when great tribulation comes, you're going to be thrown in great tribulation. That's the best you can hope for. Because you did not watch. So patiently waiting for is watching. Perseverance. A patient enduring. Sustaining. Perseverance. This is what it means. That means you're going to come out before and you're going to patiently endure. You are going to sustain, persevere, struggle. You're not going to be waiting until whether it's the exact time. The Most High will find things to do with you before the time, as he has done with us here. Look how many people are here who never thought that they would participate in transforming people's lives as they are doing. Yes? The Most High takes you before and uses you. And guess what? These are crowns or jewels in your crowns. Because the more you contribute to the well-being and welfare and the spiritual salvation of others, it's the greater your reward will be. Huh?
Because he fed one of his.
Cheerful or hopeful endurance. Cheerful or hopeful. Last week we did joy and grief. We did cheerfulness. Constancy. Patient continuance. Waiting. So, the word of his patience. So what is the word of his patience? We already gave it away. It is watching. And we looked at it before in Matthew 24:38 to 42 and Luke 21:34-26. Then we look at it, Matthew 24:38 to 42. Let me see at that one. Matthew 24:38. Matthew 24. Let's look at it. Read it, please. Matthew 24:38.
For as in the days that were before the flood.
You know what? We're talking about watching. We'll have to go back to our very favorite verse. I'm very sorry. I apologize. We have looked at it a million times, but we need it again. Luke 21:34 to 36. This verse here, we need it again. Very sorry. I know you might say, oh, Kazakh is just one verse. He looks about every week the same verse. Well, today you're going to get it about 2 or 3 times. Luke 21:34.
And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
Watch that you can escape great tribulation. Let's go back now to Matthew 24:38. Because these are the days of Noah. We are in the days of Noah that Hamashiach was speaking about right here. Read it, please.
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be in the end time, which it is right now. Then what shall happen?
Then shall 2 be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left.
What is the solution?
Watch, therefore, for ye know not what hour your master doth come.
You don't know when Hamashiach will come, so he says to watch. And we are watching, and they're saying that we are watching too early. I was told, watching too early. They have no idea how late it is. Okay? So, we're going to look at the divider between Philadelphia and Smyrna, because Philadelphia assembly, there is no strike against them, and they will avoid the tribulation. But Smyrna has a strike, has no strike rather, as well, but they will go through tribulation. What's the difference? And I think from the build-up that we have had, you should be able to tell the difference. Sardis, the divider of Philadelphia and Smyrna. Matthew 16:27, just as a foundation for what we'll be looking at. Matthew 16:27.
For the Son of Man shall come in glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works.
So the difference has to be in their works. That's the difference, their works, because Hamashiach is coming to reward every man according to his works. And in Revelation 3, 2 and 3, he tells us the reward for us according to our works. So let's go to Sardis, Revelation 3, verse 1.
And unto the angel of the assembly in Sardis write, These things saith he that hath the 7 spirits of Elua, and the 7 stars. I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that thou livest, and art dead. Be watchful, and strengthen the things which remain, that are ready to die. For I have not found thy works perfect before Elua.
You see the difference? Do you see the difference? Philadelphia's work will be perfect because they are watching. Sardis, I have not found thy works perfect. So the works have to be found perfect, or else we will be in tribulation. Man, oh man. Our works have to be perfect, or else we will go into great tribulation. The Christians have an antidote for tribulation. They say when they get raptured, they won't go through tribulation. But we are showing you today that most people, most saints are going to go through the tribulation. It's only those who are watching, totally obedient, zealous for the word, sold out, dedicated 100% to Yahushua HaMashiach, will dwell in his secret place. I want you to read Revelation 3:1 again, please.
And unto the angel of the church in Sardis, assembly in Sardis, write, These things saith he that hath the 7 spirits of Elua, and the 7 stars. I know thy works.
I know thy
works.
Say it again. I know thy.
I know thy works. That thou hast a name that thou livest and art dead. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain, that are ready to die. For I have not found thy works perfect before Elua. Remember, therefore, how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If, therefore, thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee.
All right, read the next verse. There has a few names in Sardis.
Thou hast a few names even in Sardis, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy.
There we go. A few names in Sardis which have not defiled their garments. Few names. So those who have not defiled their garments, they can be of the Philadelphia assembly. Yeah? Because those who are perfect and watching, these are they who will be in the Philadelphia assembly. So, Sardis, we're going to show a kind of a chart that I drew up based on what I understand from it. Sardis is the divider between both assemblies. Now, both assemblies are hidden in the parable of the talents. Matthew 25, verses 14 to 27. I found both of them hidden here in the parable of the talents. Now, in the parable of the talents, Philadelphia is represented by the assembly that had the 5 talents. Smyrna, the one that had 2 talents, and the other assemblies, the one had that 1 talent. Those who fail in the other assemblies, not the other assemblies, those who fail in the other assemblies, 1 talent each. Read verse 14, please.
For the kingdom of Eloah is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey.
According to his several ability. That is why Hanuk, you got this dream about getting the gifts, yeah? It's the same thing. It's the talents. Same parable of the talents that he was showing. Continue.
Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents.
So if you think you're bad, let us not use up the talents that we have been given. That is the problem. You have to use up the talents that you have been given. Continue.
And likewise he that received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth, and hid his master's money. After a long time the master of those servants cometh, and reckoned with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came, and brought other 5 talents, saying, Master, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His master said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy father.
Many things. Verse 27, which verse are you?
22.
Into the Father. All right, continue.
He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Master, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His master said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy allure.
So the reward for both 5 talents and 2 talents is the same reward. Verse 24.
Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Master, I knew thee, that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His master answered, and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou ought therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury.
All right. So the one with 1 talent did not make use of his talent. These are the other assemblies, the people who failed in the other assemblies. But we have the 5 that was given more, the 2 that was given less. Both of them made use of what they had. But Philadelphia will be given the extra talent. Matthew 25, verse 28.
Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which hath 10
You
talents.
see? The Most High always rewards everyone according to their works. So the one who had the most is going to get more. Verse 29.
For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But for him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And cast ye the unprofitable
Hold on.
servant. Oh,
That verse 30 here is rejection of those who fail Ephesus, Pergamos, Thyatira, Sardis, Laodicea. Read it, please.
and cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
All right. You see it? This thing is not easy at all. What a life this is.
What's going stream?
The one when he spoke about the going through and giving the talents, the woman giving the talents.
That was his dream.
Yeah, that was his dream. Now, Smyrna, tribulation perfects the saints. Let's read about a little about the tribulation, 2nd Esdras 15 verses 14 to 20. 2nd Esdras 15, 14 to 20.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draws nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another.
That gives an illustration of the tribulation. Yeah.
And swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power.
This is total lawlessness. Total lawlessness. Continue.
A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Behold,
Hold on. Hanuk, stop taking notes. Memorize it in your head. Read verse 19 again, please.
a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation.
Continue.
Behold, says Yahuwah, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them.
To repay the things that they have done to the children of Yasharal. So, great tribulation is for the nations for what they have done to us. Boy, it would be really hard for me to be in this great tribulation. It is to repay for what they have done to us, to our people. And the Most High just said to us, all right, just, you know what, just obey me. Come out of her, come out of Babylon. I'm going to deal with them. Come out of Babylon, gather yourselves together, set yourself apart, go into the land, wait on me in the land, and I will protect you. It's very simple. It's so simple. And then I will deal with them. But no, we don't want to. So the Most High says, okay, because you don't want to go, you are partaking of her sins. Okay, you'll receive of her plagues. It's so simple, isn't it? Why would I want to choose the latter option? It's also in Revelation, in 2nd Esdras 13. Where is it that? That's verse 1. You want to see when the nations are warring against each other. Read from verse 22. Verse 21.
And he answered unto me and said, The interpretation of the vision shall I show you, and I will open unto you the thing that you have required. Whereas you have spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time has kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward El Shaddai.
This is like Smyrna. Yeah? Continue.
Know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead.
Alright. Yes, verse 29 is what I want.
Behold, the days come when Yahuwah will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
Mm-hmm.
And the time shall be, when these things shall come to pass, that the signs shall happen which I showed you before, and then shall my Son be declared, whom you saw as a man ascending.
Mm-hmm.
And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as you saw them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
Alright, so everybody, the time of great tribulation, everybody's going to be fighting everybody. Nation fighting nation, people within countries, everybody just fighting. And I've had this dream so many times of seeing it, of watching it, and it was people just pass, and it's just like people just start fighting one another, and just watching people just fight, just turn. Anybody they see, they just turn and just fight. I know other people have gotten this as well. This is a state of the times that it will be in the end time, in great tribulation. So what I did, I prepared a chart, the 7 assemblies together. And Ephesus, Pergamos, Thyatira, and Laodicea, they have to overcome. If they don't overcome, they will go into great tribulation. If they overcome, then they are taken to Sardis, where they must keep their garments undefiled. If they keep their garments undefiled, which means their works are perfect, and they keep the word of his patience, which means they watch, then they are taken to Philadelphia. Now, the trials of Philadelphia is in the wilderness. That is where Philadelphia is tried, in the wilderness. But Philadelphia is tried before the time of great tribulation. That's why the Most High says, gather yourselves together before the day passes a chaff, before the fierce anger comes. And that is why in Ezekiel 20, when it speaks about the wilderness of the people, he says he will gather you out of the countries where you are scattered, and he will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and he will plead with you face to face, as he pled with his people, coming out of Egypt. And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I shall bring them out of the countries where they sojourn, but they shall not enter into the land of Yasharal. That is the Philadelphia assembly being brought out and being tested to the T. Now, when they are tested and they overcome, then they will enter into Zion. Philadelphia, Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation which shall come upon the world to try them that are upon the earth. So that is Philadelphia. Now the other assemblies Ephesus, Pergamos, Thyatira, if we fail them, if they fail, then they go straight into great tribulation when the time comes. And great tribulation will be the sinners, unrighteous believers, and imperfect believers will go into great tribulation. So we have Sardis that must keep their garments undefiled, or else Sardis will also go into great tribulation. I should have put an arrow from Sardis to tribulation as well. All right, as I said, I hurriedly did it. So, if Sardis does not keep their garments undefiled, we have Smyrna here. Smyrna is all the other assemblies, and there is just something about the Most High's judgment. Sometimes you can't understand it, but Smyrna will be those who are selected to try. I believe some way, somehow, the Most High might select those who might not be perfected and cannot be perfected as they are because of lack of emunah or whatever. They will be allowed to make a choice. And this Smyrna here includes those who are from the other assemblies. I need another arrow. I told you it was hurried. From the other assemblies to Smyrna as well. So Smyrna will contain those from the other assemblies who have overcome the other assemblies. But the Most High, in his judgment, sees that they need to go through the tribulation to be perfected. So those in Smyrna must be faithful unto death through their tribulation. So this chart here needs a little touch up more, but I think I'll finalize it, Yahuwah willing, and then probably make it available on the website. But this gives us a little insight into this. Now, we are right near the end of the age. Let me get myself on. We're right near the end of the age. And we here have been getting dreams about going into certain prophecies that have been given about the desert. And other people around us have given accounts of dreams that match up with what we have been given. The Philadelphia assembly will be those who wander in the desert, awaiting the coming of Yahushua HaMashiach. In the book of Ascension of Isaiah, I didn't prepare it. Can I prepare it fast enough? In the book, The Ascension of Isaiah, I think the word is there in the... Let me get it here. I need... Where is it again? Ascension of Isaiah. Alright, so let me get it on the screen. Seven assemblies. Where is it? Yeah. Alright, that's the Ascension of Isaiah on the screen. Read chapter 4, verse 13 and page 15. Can you read that, please?
And many believers and saints, having seen him, for whom they were hoping, who was crucified, Yahushua HaMashiach, the Master, after that I, Isaiah, had seen him who was crucified and ascended, and those also who were believers in him. For these few
Of these
few in those days will be left as his servants, while they flee from desert to desert, awaiting the coming of the beloved.
Awaiting the coming of the beloved. The Philadelphia assembly will be fleeing from desert to desert, awaiting the coming of Hamashiach. I want you to look at this carefully. This is the Philadelphia assembly. Now, a couple people sent me dreams. I want to play a dream from my sister. I have not gone into every aspect of the dream, but I want you to listen to the part that has to do with the desert, which shows you we are right in this time. The Philadelphia assembly will be those who will be in the desert. While the world is going through tribulation, Philadelphia assembly will be in the desert seeking Zion, seeking out Hamashiach. And the dreams confirm it. And this is what we have been getting in dreams. And we have been told where we will eventually go. And we have confirmation of it. We are going to pray those dreams so you can hear. Let's go.
Just had a dream about me and you that we were gonna go to Jerusalem because we wanted to see Yahusha. And in the dream it says some people call him JESU.
All right. So she had a dream. It was my sister, my blood sister. Said she had a dream that we were going to Jerusalem because we wanted to see Yahusha. It's kind of low here. I wonder if I can get it higher. Anyway, it's high on this. Let's start it.
Me and you that we were gonna go to Jerusalem because we wanted to see Yahusha. And in the dream it says some people call him JESUS, you know. And it was like we were on this journey and then we were calculating the hours and stuff and then, oh gosh, I woke up with the dream and then I started
You can hear it? Huh?
Yep.
Okay.
listening to your teachings, and then I just felt like this urge to just say, tell him. And okay, so anyway, we were in beige and brown, those long things, and long gown looking attire, African attires. And while we were there, it was this light blue car. To us, it's old, but to back then it was there. And then it was a car. It's like kind of looked like a VW. And then sometimes it looks like a VW, says VW, and then another time it kind of looked like a Fiat, right? But it was supposed to be, back then. But then we were taking that car on sand, and it wasn't working. It's like, no, it's not working. We were in the desert, and it was just not working on sand. So then we were almost, I don't remember. I remember getting in touch, asking someone about the journey. And the person said, well, I don't know, but there's this lady who has a website, and the website, it's kind of mixed up. It's kind of like when we were making the plans, it was new, then when we were going to seek him out, it was old, you know? And yeah, the person said, I don't know, but you could check out this website. So I said, there are many websites. And I was like, oh man, I really got to see him. And then when I'm looking at the website, I said, this one can't be true because she said that you have to pay. So I'm there looking, and it had a different language. It had English and it had a different language, and I could read it. I could read the old language. And then the more I kept reading and everything and studying it and looking over it, I don't know how I got her papers, and it was those big books, and she wrote with a feather in ink. And the more I read, is the more I realized that she's a fake. And the more I realized she's a fake, the more I realized that she was talking to her mother, and she was nice sometimes talking to her mother. And I was like, cho. And, I was just like, forget you. And what else? What else? And then, yes. And then I said, man, maybe I should try for Joseph and Miriam. And I said, no, they died 2,000 years ago. But then something says, but then that means, what about Yahusha? And I said, no, he still lives. And the only people I realized that could come into there and go through the sand area are the people who believe that he was black. The only people who would get to see him and know him are the people that were black.
Mic check 1, 2, 3. You heard that? Are you listening? Are you hearing that? Now, this is very significant because it's also something that was revealed to us here, wasn't it? That it's only Israelites who are going to be part of Philadelphia. Only Israelites are going to be part of Philadelphia. Now, when she was speaking about the sand. It's the desert, which is ascension of Isaiah. In the desert. And if you notice while it was playing, we prayed some scriptures. We put some scriptures on the screen, which shows about the desert. The desert shall blossom like a rose for my people, and when you turn the desert into a fruitful place, etc. People, this is what we are living. We are right at the end. The Most High is giving these things to know that these things are to come. Don't know when they are to come, but we are right in the season of it all. Yeah, that's coming next. That's the season of it all. And we're going to give you another dream of a sister who had a dream and she did not understand it. And we're going to explain it to you as to what the Most High has revealed to us and what this teaching is revealing. Okay? Only those who believe that he was black, only those who were black people could actually attain unto him in the wilderness. All right. Oh yeah, I just realized what I should have done. I should have turned this down. Yeah. All right, so Let me see if we can get some more on. Okay.
And hunted him down. And you and I were there walking, and said we went through a tunnel, and then we came. It was like we were like back and forth. No, we weren't back and forth. It was like the planning was when we were new, and then afterwards we just started getting more ancient. The more we get deeper, we started. So we didn't use the car anymore because the car was like just impossible to drive on the sand. So we just used our feet, and we just trotted through. And I remember this guy that had a beard, and he was in a very tan, the African attire, beige, brown, long gown thing. He was in it. And I don't know, but he was significant. There was something about him, like, and I don't know who else. I don't know what he was. And then I woke up hearing your teaching. And so I was listening to the teaching to see if it's because of what you were saying, and my spirit took me there. But it didn't seem like it was, because you were talking about some, the juke. So, I don't know. Will be praised.
All right. So that one dream about Philadelphia in the desert. And we have another dream to share from our sister. I wish I could break it down as well, but we'll just let it play. Another dream about Philadelphia, and she didn't understand. This dream now that is coming up is about Smyrna and Philadelphia. The sand having to do with Philadelphia, and what was it again? The persecution that is coming is for Smyrna. So two different assemblies that are here. Let's go.
Shalom. So this dream I had in 2021. And so in the dream, I was entering into a classroom setting, and in front of me was a regular teacher's desk with a single piece of paper on it. On the floor, it was like napping mats and laptops. And then on the left side of me, there was a woman, but she was sitting at like a speech podium type of thing. And so as I'm walking in, I can hear her saying, and her voice was very much so like aggressive, like it was making her angry. And so I could hear her say, "We must find them and we must kill them. If you don't kill them, you won't get paid. And if you refuse, then you will die." And so she constantly kind of like repeated that, and the more she repeated it, the more aggressive it sounded. And so then for like a split second, I saw like this picture of a girl that was missing. And so then I started walking toward the desk to the single piece of paper. And on the piece of paper was, words being written. And the words that were being written was, here's the scripture to find her. And so it was, I believe the scripture was about to be written until, I was directed until a different part of the dream where I'm now laying on my belly in front of the laptop. And I could hear the teacher. She was aggressively saying, she was taken by the invisible one. You must find her. And so then on the computer screen, I could, they showed like a picture of the invisible one. You just couldn't see him. You could just see his clothing. His clothing looked kind of sort of like my shawl here, but it was the color of my head wrap, and it was a bit more dingy. And so he left behind footprints, and his footprints were of sand. And so on the laptop, it started to zoom in more and more on his feet. And so the more it zoomed in, the more that the sand footprints started to kind of look like sand dunes, sand hills. And so then I woke up from there, and so then I went right back to sleep. And so on the second part of the dream, I was inside of like this house. It had like a house feeling on the inside, but it had like a commercial appearance on the outside. So like the windows were kind of like how they have like the mirror film, like in most commercial buildings. So you can see outside from the inside, but on the outside you can't see in. You just see your reflection. And so when I'm inside of this house, there's these women and children. So the women are frantically moving around. They're trying to find a spot to hide and to hide the children. And so they started to hide the children in the shadows of the bushes. So there were bushes on the outside of the building, but they were hiding them in the shadow part, in front of the window. And so I saw like military men on the outside. They were marching, and it was like, okay, we have to find them, we have to find them. And so then the ladies, they became very much so in panic and in fear, and they were just like, we have to hide, let's go down into the basement. And so as I'm being shown all these things, I'm a little, trying to figure out like, why would they go into the basement? And so there was like no way for them to go out, and there's only one way for, the military people to come in. And so the ladies, they run into the basement. So I have my ear up to the door, and so I can hear the military men, they're coming in. And so as my ear is up to this door, I'm hearing and I'm also seeing military men as they're coming in, and they're just like, okay, we have to find them, we have to find them. And so when my ear is up to the door, I can hear a cell phone ring. And so immediately I heard one of the military men say, they're in the basement. And then I woke up.
All right, so we are going to ask Etakan to tell us what he got from this. Go ahead.
Shalom, everyone. So what I got from this is that she walks into a classroom, and then on the one side is a normal teacher, and then on the other side is a woman speaking on a podium, and the woman is saying that we have to find them, we have to find them, and if you don't find them, she threatens to kill them or to persecute them. So that would represent the beast system that will be probably looking for the saints, the elect, or looking for Philadelphia, who has gone missing. So Philadelphia, who has gone missing, would be the woman who was missing on the poster, because she said that she saw a poster of a woman who has gone missing, which would represent the Revelation 12 lady who has fled and gone into the secret place. So that's why that system was saying that we need to find them. So that would be represent Satan trying to persecute and to find this woman who has flown into the wilderness. Mm-hmm. So then afterwards, she's on her belly and she's looking into the laptop, because this woman has been taken by the invisible one. So the invisible one would obviously represent the Most High, because he cannot be seen. So as she looks into the laptop screen, she sees the footprints of the invisible ones, which are sand. And then the footprints would then represent to show where the invisible one has taken the missing girl. And then as she looks further into the footprints, the sand becomes sand dunes, because the invisible one has taken the woman into the desert. That's where the woman is hidden by the invisible one in the secret place in the desert. So that would represent the Church of Philadelphia that has been hidden by the invisible one. So she's out. That assembly would be out of the sight of the beast system, out of that woman who is trying to persecute them. And then the second dream would then be the saints who are left in the tribulation, as Revelation 12 says, that when Satan fails to persecute Philadelphia, he'll go then to make war with the rest of the offspring who are left in Babylon. So then that would be the persecution that you were seeing with people hiding in a house and military forces trying to track them down and trying to find them. And then them trying to hide in a basement, and then a phone ringing and then exposing their location, and then them saying that, oh, they're in the basement. And she says that it is only women that were also who are hiding in that house trying to hide their babies. So that would then represent the assembly of Smyrna, that is left in the tribulation, that did not go out of tribulation with Philadelphia, who will then be persecuted by the beast system 10 days, as he said, for their description.
All right. Wow, you have a very good memory here. Very good memory and very good analysis. Yeah? Excellent analysis. Yeah, and that's how we're seeing it, people. That is the Most High warning us as to the times that we are in. So, Shamarian, your dream is about the disparity, the desert, the invisible one took away Philadelphia in the wilderness, in the desert, to set them apart and protect them. And this is because of the persecution that is coming for the saints of the Most High. Because of the mark of the beast and the number of his name and everything, they are setting up a world dictatorship system, a Nazi-style system is being set up in this world. But instead of it being in one country, it is now going to be in the whole world. So saints, believers will be persecuted, hunted and killed, or hunted and taken to prison. That is what we are looking at, my people. Okay? So that's what we have for today. Just brought you the teaching and then brought you dreams to show manifestation in the spiritual realm. Spiritual proof as to what we are saying, that it is the truth. All right? So let me check if there are any. Only hope this was edifying to you. That chart was not by no means complete. Don't hold me 100% to it, but I think it illustrates some things. I am going to check now to see if there are any questions in the chat. Let me go into the chat. Where are we? Should be just a word. All right, it takes a time before this thing comes up. All right. Let me go from beginning. I am new to this, Christopher Collins. I am new to this and I don't know anybody that knows this truth, and I don't have anybody to fellowship with. Can anybody help me, because I need help? All right. How can we help you? You're new to this. What can I say? You can start by checking out our website. And our website has everything, our radio, our podcast. You can start by getting more understanding, and if needs be, you can send us a message and we can see how else we can help. This is our website. By the way, there is a radio, 24/7 radio called Jar Radio. You can access this from our website as well. That will allow you to get help. our website. Our website. Shabbat Shalom. Yeah. Someone said, where did you get that nice greenish looking canvas tent that you had in one of your videos? The one where the window rolled up, I believe. Thanks. Which one is that?
Oh, it's the old ones, the ones that we had outside.
Oh, they got it was in China.
Mm.
It was in China. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Mavis, shalom, shalom. Wesley Williams said, this I was told and shown in a dream some years ago. A path is made for a warrior. Interesting. Christopher Collins said, I am from the tribe of God. I wonder how you knew that. Are you following the 12 tribes chart? Because that is a fallacy, Christopher. Yeah. Someone is saying, if it's okay, may I ask, where are you broadcasting from? All right.
Desert, yeah.
Huh?
Even that.
I will gather my children from the four corners of the earth. Can you please tell me what that means, referring to fleeing Babylon? Gathering his children. Now the Most High gathers his children. He gathers his children through his teachers. His teachers will direct you and tell you as the Most High leads them. And his children are from the four corners of the earth. His children are scattered from all over. Okay? Yeah, Yada says, true that Jamaica is nice. I had planned to retire there until the Most High showed me where he was calling me to. Alright. Full 100. That message was my introduction to you, Kazakh. Full 100. I did a teaching called Full 100. Yeah, I think so. I read Psalm 91 every day. I never skip it. Praise Yahuwah. Christopher Collins says, I gave up everything. I live in a tent in the woods and I'm happier now than I've ever been.
Praises.
Oh, praises to the Most High. Rachel said, I had a dream a crocodile or alligator was chasing me. I watched him gobble or eat someone I knew. It was following me, but I made it out okay. Anyone interpret this? Michael says, it sounds like you barely made it out. Is it worth the risk to wait? Charlene Jetta, I am new to your channel. I noticed that some of you wear white and light brown colors. Why is that, please? Thank you. I don't know, but the scriptures and the dreams are actually putting that in a good light. We just brought shades that were not eye-catching because we wanted just humble clothing. So we chose these colors. But we are getting dreams and things of people in these colors. We're realizing that it was the leading of the Most High that made us have these colors. Some people are saying that chat GPT is telling people that the mark of the beast system is here.
That's all right.
Beast system been here. Question, so if I'm not Hebrew, I'm going to be doomed? No, we did not say that. What we're saying is that Hebrews will be the ones who are protected in Philadelphia. And it makes sense. Because we were the ones who are not protected throughout this world. We were the ones who were the least in this world, the most neglected, rejected by the nations in this world. And we are Yahuwah's chosen people. So it makes sense. When it's time for protection, he sets apart his special people unto himself. Yeah? That makes all the sense. But there is tribulation. And obviously the Gentiles will go through the tribulation and will have to prove themselves through the tribulation, it seems. Alright? Regarding your sister's dream, what does that mean for non-Hebrew Gentiles who cling to his people? Will those people be included and allowed to be part of the Philadelphia assembly to live with? Well, it's obviously not. It's obviously not as far as what we are seeing. And we saw this before, even before her dream came. And Etikan and I looked at each other at the same time when we got the light bulb came. I said, that means it's only Hebrews who are going to be in Philadelphia. Only Hebrews. So, they will not be in Philadelphia, but they can be in the other assemblies. But not this one. Alright. What's a good place to get strong tents in South Africa, if you know any? I don't know about strong tents. What's that place called? What's the one that we always buy from? I don't even remember the name of the place. I don't remember the name of the place. You can just you can Google online and put tents South Africa and go on the shopping page and you'll see. Alright, Shalom Yahuwah's daughter. Alright, Jamin Mayor. The dreams shared today seem like good timing to share one of my dreams. I keep trying to contact you on the website, however I've been unsuccessful for at least 3 months. Just send me a message. I don't know why. Send me a message through the website. I'll be looking out for it. Yeah.
He always comments.
Huh?
I'm saying he's always commenting on our videos.
Yeah. I'll be looking out for it. Just send me a message through email. Someone says, Sir C, or someone says, your robe looks of good quality. Where do you purchase them? We purchased the materials and made them. Got them made. Because we don't want to purchase anything commercial. And we had specific specifications that we wanted to fill. Alright? Main Menzi, you contacted me, but I don't even know how to answer you, honestly. Every time I look at it, I said, let me respond. I don't even know how to respond to you. Because we don't tell people where we are. Because if you're watching this, you'll see hunting down of believers. We don't know when that will take place. So we don't tell people where we are. coupled with the fact that the Most High will take us up and move us from one place to the other at any time. We don't know where we will be or how long we will be there before we go back home to what we call home here. He does wind bloweth where it listeth, and you know not from whence it cometh. So all I can tell you, Wayne, is to if you come here, you just contact us and then we'll see where we are. Yeah. We cannot have a thing like this and we are teaching, preaching certain things like this and knowing the beast system. Yeah? Knowing the beast system. They're going to be trying to get tabs on everyone so that when the time comes, they just execute. So that's why the Most High don't want us to tell people we are here, we are there. No. And this brother, Keep Cop, says, I, as a Gentile white man, what I need to do when tribulation comes. You need to do, what you need to do is before tribulation comes. Yeah? You need to get yourself straight with all of the ways of righteousness, all the teachings. Our teachings are so vast regarding what we need to do for righteousness' sake. Yeah? To make sure that you are found without spot and that you are blameless throughout the days of Mashiach. Yeah. So I'm trying to find someone to make my what do you call it? Thobes? I see you put it as robes, I guess. Here in LA of linen and cotton, but none of the tailors make them. All you have to do is, what kind of tailors are those? All you have to do is give them your design. It's simple. Just go to the tailor, give them your design, get a design, give them the design. I want it like this. Because that's what we did. We just went, and this is no big professional tailor, and just gave him the design and it was made. Simple. All right. All right. All right, so that's it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching. And I only hope this was edifying to you. For those on YouTube, shalom, shalom, shalom. Thank you and shalom.